Hello everyone and welcome back to another reading. So today we're going to do a reading looking at what does spirit want you to know right now, advice from your spirit guides, and also help to navigate your life or maybe even a specific situation. So there are 3 decks. It's going to be like pick a deck, so whichever one you feel most drawn to, and then I'll see you for your reading. Hello group 1 and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards by Denise, Linn. So let's pull you your first card. Okay, Spirit, what do you want group 1 to know right now? What do you want them to know? Wow, overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. So I'm seeing some kind of obstacle in your path that it might be perceived or it might be very real. Like it might be a fear that you're having, thinking that something isn't going to work out, or it might actually be some kind of an obstacle that you're facing that feels like a roadblock. Like I'm getting this sense of a roadblock, or being sort of feeling like you're being blocked, or your plans keep being kind of, I don't know, not working out. You're putting a lot of effort in, but maybe feeling like it's not making progress, or things aren't moving forwards as quickly as you would like. So I'm feeling a lot of frustration energy and maybe even sometimes confusion energy, like why are there so many obstacles? Maybe even confusion of like, am I on the right path? Is this right for me? Because if it was right for me, why would there be so many obstacles? So, alright, so let's see, what does Spirit exactly want you to know about this though? Because I can feel the energy opening to your spiritual source, finding sanctuary. So I'm sort of getting this image of you being on your path in life and your spirit team trying to kind of gently redirect you and show you where it is that you're meant to be going at any one time. I'm kind of seeing, you know how this castle kind of just appears out of the clouds and in the mountains, kind of out of nowhere almost? I'm kind of feeling this for your group where I feel like you might be feeling like you're wandering through the desert or the forest, kind of trying to find some kind of a location or some kind of a sense of sanctuary or some kind of an achievement, a milestone. And I feel like there's a message here that it almost, Spirit's saying that you are being guided towards this sanctuary, towards this outcome, towards this safe harbor or this manifestation of something that you're desiring. You're being delivered here by the angels, like you're being shown the path. You're being shown the way in the dark. Like I feel this image of you being blindfolded or feeling like you're blindfolded, like you can't see which way you're going, or having so much fog in front of you that you can only see a few feet in front. So there's this sort of navigation. I feel like you're navigating blind, and there might be even a sense of trial and error. Like I just have to try something to see if it's going to work. And Spirit is affirming that this is true. You do actually just need to try things to see if they work. Trial and error works really well for your energy field. And you might not always have perfect clarity like before you take action on something. It might be that in taking action on something or in starting to follow a path, you realize that you're being redirected and that that isn't quite the path for you. But then it brings greater clarity about what is the path for you. Because I feel there's a specific destination with this Finding Sanctuary card. Like there's a specific castle in the sky that you are working towards. There's something very magical about this destination, or something very safe or secure about this destination that you're trying to get to. It might actually be a destination, or like by destination it could be, you know, a relationship or some kind of manifested outcome or desire or dream. So I feel you feeling a lot of obstacles towards this manifestation of this outcome or towards finding this sense of sanctuary. I feel that the obstacles are really clouding your sense of hope or faith right now, and there is a sense of confusion. I feel that really strongly, and your guides really want you to know that you are being guided. Like there is something about the obstacles that is actually pushing you towards the direction that you're meant to go in. Kind of like these hidden blessings, like maybe something happens where you miss out on something. Like maybe you really wanted to, I don't know, have enough money to plan I don't know, some kind of a trip, and then you find out, oh, I don't have enough money, so I have to cancel this trip, and then it feels really sad, or it feels really, you know, like, oh, why do I see these obstacles? But Spirit's saying it's because that trip wasn't in alignment, so it's like the universe was kind of protecting you from something that wasn't in alignment. For example, it's something like this, where the obstacles that you have that might redirect you or put you onto a different path in life, like those obstacles are divine intervention to make sure that you're staying in alignment and to make sure that you're on the right path. But there's also another message here around trial and error. Like, you are meant to trial and error. Like, it's okay if you do get blocked, because the way that your energy field works is that you kind of have to learn through doing things. You might not know, like I said, you might not know the full picture when you decide to take action on something, but you're like, you know, I just have a feeling I'm meant to take this action and try this thing. And then doing it might be kind of, it's almost like an elimination process, where it's like you might have 7 paths in front of you and you're not sure which one to go down. And Spirit's saying, well, you can just try one and then see pretty quickly, oh, this is not the right path for me. And then you try a new one, or you'll get blocked from it straight away and Spirit will show you, no, this is not this path. And you'll be like, oh, okay, next one. Because there is just one path that's right for you. And there's one path that has this sanctuary, that has this actualization at the end of it, or at the beginning of it. So I think that sometimes this way that you're wired, where you have to do this trial and error, maybe can make you feel a bit confused or distorted, like you don't know which way is up anymore. But Spirit's saying just keep on making choices and kind of keeping the energy moving, because when you are blocked and given obstacles, you're actually also very good at kind of being flexible and finding a new path. You know, when a path is blocked, you're really good at finding a new path. So Spirit's just saying, hey, remember you have this talent here of kind of redirection. And that's the way that Spirit is working with your energy right now, is through, you have to kind of experience something to know that it's not right. There's something really experiential about your energy. And like I said, you're not always going to get 100% clarity before you take action, or even you might not always get 100% inspiration before you take action. Like, sometimes you might be waiting for the perfect inspiration, but there might be actually fears or apprehension or self-doubt still present. And that's just something about where you're at right now in the path. I do think this will get easier over time, but there's something very specific about this part of your path. You might be experiencing a lot of fog or a lot of confusion, kind of that Neptunian influence, and Neptune is in Pisces. Pretty sure it's still in Pisces at the moment. So it's kind of this strong influence. So I actually just looked it up because my brain distracted me by being like, is it in Pisces? Neptune is in Pisces for a little bit longer. It's actually moving into Aries soon. So we're kind of at the final degrees of Pisces with Neptune there. So I do feel this heavy kind of confusion or fog energy for this group, where the Neptune energy can kind of feel like you don't know which way is up, or you kind of been, I don't know, like put through, you know, the waves at the ocean, where they can kind of like roll you around and make you kind of forget, like, I don't know where the ground is, where the where the top of the water is. Like, there's something about this lack of direction, this sense of maybe feeling like you're floating or you're in this in-between space. Okay, so Spirit's saying that's exactly where you're at right now. That's an energy that you have to just work with right now. Like, that is something that will shift over time, but it's kind of like, you know, if you are on a walk in the forest, sometimes there's fog that just comes all of a sudden. Like, have you ever been on a walk in the forest and then, you know, you walk home and all of a sudden there's fog everywhere and it's so thick and you can hardly see your way through? It's kind of like that, where you've just been out for a walk and then all of a sudden you're just hit with this dense fog. And Spirit's saying, well, you just have to keep walking through it until you get to the other side, and you will get to the other side. And Spirit is there to help you navigate your way through. But yeah, there's something about the obstacles are helping to guide you at this time. So don't take it personally if Spirit kind of shuts things down or closes doors in your face. It might feel kind of brutal, like these, I'm seeing like doors slamming in your face and you're like, oh, okay, that's not the path for me. But Spirit is saying that this is helping to keep you in alignment, and it's helping you know, keep on trial and erroring. Keep trying, and sometimes, you know, getting blocked, because that's the way that you're going to progress right now at this time. Okay, so what else would you like Group 1 to know, Spirit? Oh my gosh, I was wondering if this card would come out. I literally thought of it while I was visualizing all that fog. So fogged in, go slow, take time. Yeah, you're in a period of fog, just like sometimes it happens in nature. It's just a natural thing that happens sometimes. It's just part of the weather. It's part of the seasons that you're in. So it's okay. Like, Spirit's wanting to reassure you that fog is like a natural part of the earth. Like, it exists on the earth. That's what I'm being shown. That exists on the earth. it's natural, and it has a very magical also energy to it. Like, I don't know if you've ever been caught in fog. Like I said, I'm remembering a very specific time where I was on a walk, and then it was like sunset, and I was walking back and in winter, and all of a sudden the forest became so cold and so filled with fog, and it was so special and magical feeling, and you couldn't see in front of you, and it was kind of like scary, but also like really I don't know, exciting. So I feel like Spirit's saying that there is a beauty in the fog as well, even though it can feel, you know, like it brings up fear, or you wish that you had more clarity so you could see ahead, like, where exactly am I going? And also I'm getting for your group, like, things might change last minute. Like, you might think, oh yeah, I'm going this way, or this is my plan, and then all of a sudden some obstacle comes in, or something emerges out of the fog, and then you see, oh, okay, I'm meant to be going this way actually, and then you will change direction. Spirit's saying that you're good at changing direction. It's not too much of a hassle, like a drama or whatever. You're quite good at it, you're quite flexible, and I think you're used to, I think that there is some element of your energy that is used to trying things and then being blocked, and then realizing, okay, Spirit's showing me I'm meant to go a different way. So Spirit's saying with this fogged in, go slow, take time, there is just a period of time where this fog will feel dense, but it will clear again, and you're just in that period right now. So just realize that some of your plans might not be as stable as you think they are, because they might end up changing, like, because you know how things just emerge out of the fog. You can't really see it coming, but it just emerges, and all of a sudden it's like a foot in front of you, you know? So that's the kind of thing I'm getting, where it's like there might be some surprises up ahead that you don't see coming, but in a positive way. Like, ultimately I feel very strongly that the angels, the guides, the guardians are with you. In spirit, they are with you, and they're helping you to navigate your path. Okay. We have rejuvenating rain, clear the past and heal the present. Alright, I want to pull just a couple more for you, group 1. Begin now, take your first step. And we have grounding, go deep and explore your roots. So with the rejuvenating rain, clear the past, heal the present, and then we also have grounding, go deep and explore your roots. There is some kind of energy here from your past that might be contributing to this fog, because I do feel this energy of you're being taken to a new destination. You're being taken to a new destination. Like, I'm seeing your soul's energy is a traveler right now. You're occupying the energy or the archetype of a traveler. And you don't actually have to be traveling, but of course some of you will be or resonate with this energy of kind of maybe living more nomadic or being a traveler or something like this. Because I'm seeing you on a journey. You're on a journey from one destination to another. And this is the destination that you're moving to. But there's something that you're very much letting go of. See, in this card, they say, begin now, take your first step. And this woman is waving goodbye to this man, and the children are waving goodbye as well. So this card talks about taking your first step on a journey, even if you don't feel 100% clear about it. And this coming under the fogged in card is so perfect, because it's what Spirit was trying to say, is like, sometimes we don't actually have 1000% clarity about something, even if it is the right thing for us to do. Sometimes the right thing for us to do makes us feel really uncertain and really confused and really shocked, and really, you know, it can take us a while to kind of adapt to that, or it can take us a while to kind of see that for what it is. So there's something here about you're leaving some kind of past behind, like clear the past, heal the present, go deep, explore your roots. This makes me think of our root chakra. This is making me think of the subconscious mind as well. And within the subconscious mind, we can have blocks that appear as obstacles in our path. Like, I've talked about this a lot. I really love the subconscious mind because it kind of makes a lot of sense as to why everything's going on. There's always a reason for it, and it exists within our subconscious. So we aren't always consciously manifesting things, right, with our conscious will or with our conscious thoughts. A lot of the times we're manifesting things from our subconscious thoughts, from our subconscious kind of energy. And more of us exist in the subconscious, therefore more of things are manifesting kind of outside of our control, or that's how it is felt or experienced. So there are some blocks here in the subconscious that might be manifesting as obstacles, but the thing that I'm getting is that these obstacles are kind of these perfect vessels for you to actually clear the past and heal the present. So whatever you're facing as obstacles, it's helping to kind of detangle you from some kind of limiting kind of cords that I'm seeing holding yourself back, or holding you back inside of yourself. So Spirit's asking you to also change your perception of the obstacles that you're facing in your life at this time, so that you can see them as actually being the perfect vehicles for change, the perfect ways that you can work on yourself and kind of break down these blocks that you have inside of you. So yeah, whatever you're facing at this time, you're doing deep work to clear the past and heal the present, and to kind of clear that subconscious mind that can hold us back, these limiting beliefs or these core beliefs that might not always be beneficial to us. But yeah, you are being asked to leave something behind, with the past coming through here so much. Like, there's something about you're meant to leave things behind, and sometimes that can be something that's hard for us to like recognize because it can be painful to leave things behind, to leave loved ones behind, or to just, you know, take a really, because I'm seeing you are in a transition right now, and you will naturally be letting go of more and more from the past and receiving more and more of this future. So yeah, you're on this journey. I'm seeing you traveling. I'm seeing you traveling through magical lands, and you know, it's that classic. It's about the journey, not the destination. I feel like Spirit's saying it is a little bit like that for you right now. There's so much focus on the destination that there might be you might be forgetting that there's a lot of wisdom being, you know, experienced in the now, in the present. In the now, exactly. There's a lot going on right now that is still valuable, even if you're not at that destination that you're wanting and desiring to be at. So there's something about the journey, because you know the classic, like the tale is the journey. It's not about the destination. Like the story, the fairy tale, the myth is always about the journey, right? That's where all of the learning and the wisdom takes place. And that's where all the juicy details take place, or, you know, the character development or whatever it might be in a story. It always happens in the journey, you know, and then the destination may or may not come, but usually it's just right at the end, and it's just like a little part of the story. Like, oh yes, and then we got there and it was amazing or whatever. There's usually not a lot of focus about the destination. So Spirit's saying, consider the wisdom of the path, like the journey that you're on, because I'm seeing that there's a lot more kind of enjoyment to be had as well in where you are right now. And there is also the call to adventure coming through in your card as well, in this card especially, and this one. It's like you're being called to leave things behind and take a risk, or go on an adventure and take a new path in life, even if like you don't feel 100% clear about it. You might be in this place of like, I feel confused, or I feel conflicted, or I don't know which way to go. And Spirit is saying that you might have to take that first step, even if you feel uncertain, or even if you feel scared, or even if you don't know if it's all going to work out. Because yeah, I just get this really strong message, like you are being directed, you are being guided in the direction to reach this destination, and you will reach this destination, you know. And there is going to be a lot of you know, there's a reason that you want this destination. Like, Spirit's not saying that the destination isn't important, but there is a journey still to that destination, and Spirit's saying, you know, appreciate what it's offering you, appreciate the uniqueness of this energy. So yeah, you are occupying this kind of archetype of a traveler. I feel like you're meant to be kind of traveling through different experiences, different dimensions maybe, but for some of you it's different parts of the world. You are meant to be traveling right now and kind of experiencing different things. And yeah, when you are traveling, like I'm seeing the kind of free-spirited traveler that kind of doesn't really book things in advance and kind of just goes with the flow and sees what the universe kind of offers them, what opportunities might be present. I'm kind of seeing Spirit saying, if you could kind of relax more into the flow of things right now, and the fact that maybe not knowing exactly how everything's going to unfold is okay. Maybe that's fun. You know, just like someone who's traveling, like I said, and they don't plan things and they kind of just give themselves the flexibility to be like, well, we'll see what happens. Or, you know, it is like a very unique way of kind of traveling, but it's a way, you know, it's a vibe. So I feel like Spirit's saying, get in touch with your inner kind of wild spirit, your nomadic kind of energy that's okay with kind of movement and change and flow and flexibility and fluidity. And yeah, also enjoy some surprises that you might not be seeing coming in for you. All right, group one, that is the end of your reading. I do hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed tuning in for you. And if you would like to check out my work, then please see the description box below for all of my links. Much love. Hello, group two, and welcome to your reading. So you chose this Moonology deck, so let's pull you some cards and see, what does Spirit want you to know right now? Be bold and make the first move. Woo! Okay. So Spirit's saying basically exactly this. Be bold and make the first move. You might be waiting for Spirit's turn to kind of take action. You might be waiting for a sign, or you might be waiting for I don't know, somebody else to take action. And Spirit saying actually it would really work out really well in this situation if you took action. So there's something Spirit's asking you to basically take action on, and it might be something you feel a little bit timid about because it's saying be bold and make the first move. It might be something you feel shy about, kind of like, you know, rejection sensitivity. You don't want to ask yourself out. I was gonna say you don't want to ask someone out in case they reject you or it feels awkward, or I don't know. It's kind of like that kind of, you know, classic kind of energy where it feels scary to put yourself out on the line. But I'm getting that is, you know, it's going to be good. So let's see. What else do you want them to know, Spirit? What do you need to release? Yeah, so there's definitely some fears here around... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to hit the tripod. There's some fears here around taking action or putting yourself out there in some way. So let's explore this. Expect powerful change with the new moon eclipse. Yeah, so this is really unavoidable. You're not going to get a choice, okay? That's so funny when Spirit does this. It's because it's for your highest good, and it's because it's going to bring you a lot of fulfillment and happiness and love. But there's something here that you might be reluctant about, or you might be scared to make a choice about, or you might be hesitating, or I don't know, like I said, waiting for somebody else to do it, waiting for Spirit to kind of do it for you or manifest it for you or have everything kind of fall into your lap kind of thing. Okay, so the thing is, though, that I feel like that's coming from this energy of like not wanting to have to release something or not wanting to have to face something or something like this. But with eclipse energies, like we don't really have a choice with eclipse. Like eclipse energies, see here, new moon eclipse. Eclipse energies is very powerful. It's very all-encompassing. It's kind of like a full rebirth, right? So I feel this kind of like maybe some kind of astrological alignment going on in your life where you're being like kind of pushed into some kind of an outcome or some kind of an action, or pushed to confront something, or pushed to, well, definitely pushed to release something that might be challenging to release. And maybe it's also like, yeah, I'm seeing you need to be the one to make the first move. Okay, this is a funny example. Spirit saying it's like it might be like you're waiting for someone to break up with you, but really Spirit saying you need to be the one to kind of release this person instead of waiting for them to release you, and kind of be able to be the bad guy kind of in that situation, or, you know, take the responsibility for speaking the truth and being like, you know what, this relationship is kind of ended. There's something here where, yeah, there's something needs to be released, but it's like there's an avoidance of this, there's not wanting to do this, or there's an avoidance of maybe what you need to release is the fear of taking some kind of an action. It could be that as well. Like you need to release the fear or the illusion and kind of just like take action from a place of inspiration, because I do feel like you're going to be compelled to do it. Like with the new moon eclipse, this could also be about you putting yourself out there online or in some kind of work or career move. And it's like a lot of you just wants to stay behind the you know, stay in the shadows and kind of like not be seen, but then this other part of you is kind of pulling you out there to kind of put yourself out there, and I think that part of you is going to win. Like there's some kind of the part in you that wants to hide or that wants to kind of like you know, be a hermit or not put yourself out there, like that part is not going to win. That part is not as strong as this part of you that wants to shine, that wants to grow, that wants to change. Like I feel like there's a really intense part, like, yeah, you want change. Look, you're like, come on, I need change. Like I feel like your soul is telling me, your soul is like gasping for water. Like you, and like the change is the water, right? Symbolically, like you're gasping, you're dehydrated, you need it. I feel like you've needed this change for a long time. Like I'm feeling almost like it's overdue. This change is overdue, which is why it's getting to the point, like if you don't do it yourself, like Spirit will do it for you. Okay, but look, don't be afraid, because that's the back of the deck. Because we have bring love into the situation, okay, which means that whatever happens, like with, if the universe, so for example, it's like maybe you have a really toxic job, right? And you know in your heart of hearts that you need to release it. You're like, oh, I really need to let this go, but you're too afraid to be bold and make the first move. Well, the universe is going to come in and, you know, make you redundant all of a sudden and give you 2 weeks notice, and you're going to be like, what the hell? And it might be really scary, but Spirit's saying like this is honestly cutting you free, setting you free, so that you can experience this enormous surge of change in your life. And maybe a part of you doesn't want to make the decision because you don't know if it's 100% in alignment, because then it's all on your back if something goes wrong, and it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I left my workplace or my stable employment and now everything's gone badly. So there might be a fear of breaking out or breaking into a new way of doing things, a new income stream, something like this. So you might be kind of wanting the universe to kind of do it for you and kind of make it really clear. And if you want that, that's okay. Like Spirit saying, your Spirit can do it for you if you want, but it's, you know, it's just maybe a little bit easier if you kind of bring love into the situation yourself. Because I feel that being bold and making this move is actually a form of love. It's a form of love, self-care, self-protection, self-honoring, because you have this intuition and this call to do this thing, to take this chance, to take this risk, to end something, to release your fears about something and finally just do it. And you know that it will bring extreme amounts of change, and you know that your soul is craving change and is needing change. Like, you're needing change just like a dehydrated person needs water. Like, you need it. Like, you actually require it for your well-being, for your soul's functioning, for your mission to continue. Like, there is something so important here about change and about, I don't think the universe will even let you just settle in for another cycle of humdrum, kind of the same old. Like, you're not going to be allowed to do that. There's something about your higher self, your soul, your spirit guides. They will bring the love into the situation. If you don't do it, they will bring it in for you, and they will love you enough to set you free from something and to help you get to that next level. Because ultimately, whatever it is that's going to happen, like, it's bringing you to the next level, meaning that it's based in love. Like, it's really based in love. But I do feel that there could be, like a strong hesitation or sense of self-doubt or uncertainty about being this bold or, making such a big change. Okay, so let's see what else Spirit wants to say. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just laughing at myself for hitting the tripod. Okay, so what else do you want group 2 to know right now, Spirit? Ooh, look at that. Prosperity lies ahead. So if there's worry about money, that does not have to be the case. Like I said, the example of you might feel afraid to release a stable income, right, from an employment that's really stable, like a weekly income, and then kind of go out and be a freelancer or an entrepreneur, start your own business or start a spiritual business, right? But Spirit's saying that there is prosperity ahead here, and it comes actually from releasing the old. Like, it's almost like releasing the old guarantees the prosperity to come in. But if you try to hold on to the old or whatever it is that's ready to be released, then it's sort of blocking this new flow of prosperity. Okay, so there's something that's really desperate. It's almost like I'm getting the energy of the thing within you that wants to be released as well. Like, it's ready to be released. This new version of your life is so ready to be born. Like, I feel this anticipation. Like, I'm seeing the image of, someone when they're about to run a race and they're like waiting for that the gunshot noise thing. I don't remember what it's called. But they're waiting for that noise to like go and start sprinting. That's the energy I'm getting from your soul, where you're just waiting for that one like green light where you're like, yes, I can go now, go. And I just feel so much anticipation, almost like every muscle in your body is like ready to sprint. You're like ready to go. You're like, come on, I'm so ready for this. So, all right. So expect powerful change as well. It's like, wow, look at that. Show the world the real you. 2 Aquarius cards. Yeah. You can't continue because there's something about the old version of yourself that isn't true anymore. Like, it's not authentic anymore. There's something about it. You have outgrown something, or you've outgrown a certain point in your mission, like time in your path. It's been outgrown, and it's time for something new, a very new, like, expect powerful change. This is you really experiencing something really powerful, but it's something that's very much your mission. Like, it's very much aligned with what you're here to do. And I feel like you already might know about it, because we got be bold and make the first move, or you already might know what it is that you feel like you need to change from, like a relationship or a job, or I don't know, some kind of way that you're holding yourself back. You're like, yeah, I know I need to release this, but it might feel really scary, like I said, and it might even feel like it's not very practical or something, because we have on the back of the deck, your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. And so it might very much be about money as well with the Taurus energy here. It might be like, how am I going to make money? What about the money? I'm hearing, what about the money? Okay, so there is something here though about Spirit saying you can be bold and make the first move, even if you're not sure how this practical plan is going to unfold. Like, Spirit has your back, but Spirit's saying you have to make the first move here. Spirit is saying that there's some kind of an illusion that you need to see through, and the way that you see through it is by bringing love into the situation, so that you can see that you are actually free to be bold and make this first move. And what I mean by this illusion is kind of like maybe seeing yourself as not being good enough, right? To, I don't know, start your own business or something like this. And Spirit's saying this is an illusion. And if you bring love into the situation, meaning if you bring the frequency of love, if you bring the highest frequency of love and light into the situation, and you really feel oneness with spirit and with your guides and with your guardians, with your angels and with your path and with your mission, then you would know that it's like, of course you're meant to be bold and make the first move. That's why Spirit's saying bring love into the situation. Like, imagine if you were just bathed in this love and this light, and you were just completely filled with it, and you were one with spirit and angels, and you could feel this sense of certainty of like, yes, this is definitely what's right for me. And Spirit's saying that that is what is true. Like, when you are one with that spiritual energy, when you feel that highest frequency emotions, that is truth. And then when we get down into these earth frequencies, there's oftentimes they start to form illusions. These illusions bring self-doubt. They bring this sense of distortion in the way that we see ourselves, or the way we see our power, or the way we see what's possible for us. We might have fears around money, like the distortion is like, oh, I can't make any money doing this, I'm not going to be successful. But it's like, but if you have this really big dream in your heart, if you know in your heart of hearts, like, this is what I'm here to do, this is my mission, this is the purpose of my life on earth, then why would you think you wouldn't be supported to do that? You know what I mean? Like, why do you think that that wouldn't be something that you could achieve? So there's some kind of an illusion here that Spirit's saying, if you bring love into the situation, if you bring light into the situation, if you bring yourself into the frequency of spirit, your higher self, if you bring oneness into your heart, where you feel that connection to spirit and that love, then how do you feel about your path? How do you feel about being bold and making the first move? You know, instead of feeling shame or like self-doubt, you would feel excitement and glee and clarity and joy, knowing that this was right. So Spirit's reminding you that when you're in those high frequency emotions, that's actually when you have perception. That's when you have the perception of truth. That's when you have clarity, when you're in those high frequencies. And when you're in those low frequencies, that's when you need to bring love into the situation, because you're probably not seeing things very clearly. And you definitely won't feel capable of being bold and making the first move, right? So there is something that's being released. I do think it's probably, could be quite connected to maybe your workplace or money, or maybe just your self-worth even. It could be very self-worth energy with the Taurus. But it is interesting that Taurus has come in, prosperity lies ahead. Like, Spirit is assuring you prosperity does lie ahead. Like, I feel like a lot of you need to know this, because there is some deep fears here about the earth, kind of like that earth survival energy, right? That root chakra stuff. Our survival, will it be supported? Will I have enough? Will I have enough money, enough food, enough shelter, enough safety, enough security, enough stability, enough? Okay, so there is strong energies here around enough, but this new beginning, because you've got a new moon in Taurus, so it means that there's a new beginning is coming in terms of your prosperity and your abundance. That is assured. Prosperity lies ahead. There's a new beginning, but it lies ahead in the new. Like, that's another message. Again, I feel like this already came through, but it's coming through again. The prosperity, it exists in this new timeline. The prosperity, the abundance, the success, the financial freedom, it exists in the new. It is not going to be experienced in the old. Like, that is not going to continue to bear fruit for you, kind of thing, right? And I feel like, again, if there's a resistance of this new timeline, Spirit is just going to find a way to kind of catapult you into it anyway, because it's your destiny path. And it's like, I feel like you've worked so hard for this. Like, Spirit's not going to let you kind of hold yourself back from it last minute, because you've worked for so many years to get to this point where you get to have this breakthrough. Because with the new moon eclipse, like, this is a massive breakthrough. Like, this is, expect powerful change. This is a huge shift in energy and showing the world the real you. Again, it's like, this is you being super aligned to your destiny path. That's what I'm feeling. Like, you are so aligned to your destiny path with this new move. Like, you're making the first move. There is something where you need to make the first step, or ultimately you have to be the one to make the decision. Like, you have to use your free will in some way to do something, to take some kind of action, to initiate change in your life. You have to do it. Well, actually, Spirit said that Spirit would initiate it for you if you did avoid it for too long. But I just feel like Spirit's saying, you can trust in the calling. Like, you can trust in that highest dream, that desire you have in your heart, and trust, if you feel guided to do something, then that means you're meant to do it, even if it doesn't make any sense. If you genuinely are guided, then you're guided for a reason. So Spirit's saying there is some kind of, I feel like this, with this first card coming out, it's like there's something that you do know that you want. You already know about it. You already know in your heart that you want this, or you already know in your heart that you're dreaming for this, or that you really wish this would happen, or you know that it will happen, maybe for some of you. But there's just some amount of kind of fears that need to be regulated and overcome and released in order for you to make this first step and kind of initiate this new timeline, like really start to initiate it, because it is a new timeline. It will bring a very powerful change, but it's going to be so much more aligned with who you really are. Like, I feel like right now, this transition period that you're in is bringing you into greater sense of alignment. Like, it's genuinely bringing you into such a better state of alignment than you have been existing within. I feel like this experience of being out of alignment, it's something that I feel like has started to kind of dawn on you, because when I've noticed that when we're at the end of kind of an old cycle and the beginning of a new cycle, the old cycle stuff starts to really not resonate with us. Like, people, places and things, jobs, things like this, we start to all of a sudden feel like we really can't do it anymore. Like, oh, I just really don't resonate, or I'm just so drained by this person, or whatever it might be. We all of a sudden, it becomes extremely obvious to us and like almost kind of unbearable to continue, and therefore it forces us to kind of take the action and realize like, oh, okay, I need to end this. Because ultimately there is some kind of an ending here as a new timeline is taking place. And this new timeline, like I said, expected powerful change, show the world the real you. This is so much more in alignment, and it's going to bring you so much more fulfillment. And holding on to the old, like, there is no holding on to the old. Like, that might have worked for a little bit, but this new timeline is coming in, and it's coming in a really powerful way, like an eclipse. And it will bring total shifts in your life. So Spirit's saying you can kind of be bold and make the first move here, because you're not wrong. Like, I feel like maybe there's a part of you that's like, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm taking this chance and I'm taking this step out into this new world or this new life, and then I'm seen as a total failure, and, you know, the universe is like totally not on my side and everything doesn't work out for me. Okay, well, fair enough, right? Because sometimes it can feel hard to navigate things, but Spirit's saying be bold and make the first move. Like, you actually are supported. Spirit wouldn't tell you to make the first move if you're going to make a fool of yourself, if you're going to, like, you know what I mean? If you're going to trip over and fall. Like, Spirit's like, no, this is right. You are reading the energy correctly. Your intuition is correct. There is a huge shift happening. You are changing timelines. There is a new way of being, you know, being born, and you are meant to release certain things that you do not resonate with. You're absolutely on point. Your intuition is correct. You're 100% right. Like, that's what Spirit really wants you to know. It's like, you have been intuiting things correctly. Yes, yes, yes. Green light. This is the green light you've been waiting for, because I felt that energy, right? It's like you're waiting for that green light. You're waiting for that signal where it's like, oh, it's time to sprint. It's time to start. And Spirit's like, here it is. Okay, here's your green light. All right, group 2. I really hope that helped you. And yeah, if you'd like to check out more of my work, then please see all of the links in the description box below. Much love. Take care. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards by Yasmin, Boland. All right, so let's see. What does Spirit want you to know? What does Spirit want you to know right now? Find a balance. Okay, let's see. Let's pull a few more. Oh, we got 2 full moons. Full moon in Virgo, take inspired action. Full moon in Libra, find a balance. And then we have full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. Whoa. You are manifesting something massive, group 3. Like, with these 3 full moons coming out, I'm feeling this powerful energy coming off your reading. Like this, I'm almost being hit in the face with this energy, this light, this goodness. Like, I think this is going to surprise you, the way that things are about to manifest for you in a very positive way. And Spirit wants you to know this. Spirit wants you to, like, the reality check being referred to here by your spirit guides is like a very positive one, where you might have thought that life was going to be continuing in a certain way, maybe with certain challenges, you know, continuing, because I'm kind of feeling, I don't know, for some reason with this card, I feel like you've been going down this road for a while and it hasn't been easy. Like, there's been a lot of challenges that you've had to face and look, like, kind of overcome and surrender to. So I feel like you're in this moment in life where it's almost like you don't actually realize how much you're manifesting or how powerful this work is that you're doing. Yeah, for some reason it feels like it's hidden from you, or it's going to be a surprise, or it's going to be a revelation when it does kind of be revealed, because full moons bring illumination and revelation, and they also bring culmination and completion. And, you know, me and my partner always notice that something always manifests on the full moon. Like, there's always some kind of little gift from the universe. Sometimes it's bigger, sometimes it's smaller, but there's a little nod from Spirit, like, about the work that you've been doing for that month that's just kind of completed. The full moon marks the end of a lunar cycle. So, well, not exactly, actually. The full moon doesn't mark the end or the completion of the lunar cycle. I shouldn't say that, but it's sort of like a culmination point. There's some kind of a milestone, but for you, I feel like there is a completion of a cycle. That's what I'm feeling like. You are completing some kind of a cycle. I'm feeling completion energy with these 3 full moons. And then the first card you had come out was Libra. Libra, you know, look, the scales of justice, see, depicted in this card, like there is something here about the justice. Like you are getting a beautiful reward for some work that you've been doing with take inspired action Virgo and then take a reality check Capricorn. Okay, so the reality check, like I said, is a positive one, but it's something like you've really been working towards. You've really been working on this. You've actually been having to take a lot of action about it for a long time. And this is the thing, I feel like you've been taking so much action with the Virgo energy, like every day. Maybe this is even emotional things that you've been working on healing, like you're reaching some kind of a big breakthrough and it's something you weren't expecting. You know, now I'm getting a lot of abundance energy though coming through because we have 2 earth signs and then Libra is ruled by Venus, which can definitely talk about our money. So I feel like this actually could be a breakthrough with your money or with your abundance, with your finances. I'm getting that really strongly, like your wealth shifting and changing. You know what, let's pull some cards for you. Let's see what else wants to come through. So you're manifesting something and it's because of your hard work. That's the other thing Spirit really wants you to know. Look at that, luck, industriousness, sweet victory. And you know, I feel like you're not expecting this. I feel like you're not expecting something to go so well for you or to, you know, turn out, oh my God, and look, on the back of the deck we have wealth. That's right. There's some kind of wealth that's manifesting through you right now. I think it could easily be really very much financial, as in just like money, you know, like money coming in. But it could also be something else that represents wealth in the material world, because you have 2 earth signs here with Virgo and Capricorn. Then you have the wealth, which is the tree. I'm seeing the roots. I'm seeing, yeah, very earthy kind of energy coming through your reading. So this could be about finding your dream home. That could be the wealth that you're finding, and maybe about how easy it is or how lucky it is. Like it's, oh my God, it's so synchronistic. Like that's the kind of energy I'm getting. Oh look, and number 16 is the energy of the tower. It's the card of the tower. It's the number of the card of the tower. So I do feel like there's something about this breakthrough. Like the tower really can signify a breakthrough, and that's the energy I'm getting from your reading. Like you are on the cusp of a breakthrough. And for some reason with this Capricorn card, it's like you might not have realized that. The reality check is that you're actually closer to a breakthrough than you realize. This tower moment that's coming in for you is a breakthrough, but it's such a positive one where you have a lucky break. Like something, you become victorious in something, some element comes into your life that makes things able to move forwards. I feel that you've been working so hard. Like Spirit really wants you to know that you've been working really hard and that Spirit loves you, but also that Spirit really sees how hard you've been working on something. This could be your inner world. Like I'm feeling for a lot of you guys, this is about emotional healing work you've been doing or working on kind of like your mental health and well-being. For others of you, this is like a business or a project. You've been working so hard on it, and Spirit's saying they see how hard you've been working. They really see this. They really, really want to acknowledge this. And you are kind of going to be acknowledged. With the Libra card coming out first for you, that's about justice. Like I said, the justice is our choices, like the choices that we create. We are creating life through our choices. That's what justice talks about. It talks about how we create our life through our choices. And you have been creating something, even though it might have felt like for some reason that you didn't feel like you were making much progress or something like this. You have been. And it's been through this diligence or this daily effort or this consistency, this way that you've been showing up and making the right choices to kind of steer your life in the direction that you want it to go in. So yeah, you are getting a payout. I'm hearing that, a payout or a payoff, some kind of money coming in for you, or some kind of lucky break with a house, or some kind of physical thing, some kind of physical healing. It could be like physical body healing of your health, or even healing of your mind or emotions, some kind of like tangible way that you really experience that though. It's going to be very, very tangible, very physical, maybe reaching some kind of a milestone. Yeah, or having, like I said, having the resources come in so that you can do something that you've really been wanting to do, that you've been maybe working towards doing. Okay, so you're being acknowledged for the work that you've been doing. You're really being acknowledged for that. Look at this, creative projects. Okay, so maybe it's the resources you need to follow some kind of a creative project, you know, to be able to do it full time kind of thing. Because I know, you know, I'm kind of getting that energy where you might feel like you've been really split. I feel like you might have been juggling a lot of things. Spirit saying you know, it's kind of the energy of someone working on their side project as well as kind of working a main job, right? And then it's like something about, I feel like spirit wants to support you. They see how dedicated you've been. Like I'm getting the energy, like I'm being shown somebody who's been training for something, like they've been in training, they've been, you know, working 2 jobs, or, you know, working a main job and then trying to work their side project on the side, or getting up really early to train. Like I'm getting that diligence energy, that disciplined energy, where you've just been kind of like quietly going about your business and working towards this dream. And for a lot of you, I think it's wealth or it's health, something like that. Wealth and health, right? So I feel like it's one of those, because I'm seeing an athlete kind of energy, like someone getting up when it's still dark to go running and like being really disciplined and diligent and kind of really wanting to be able to improve themselves in their craft, in their sports, in their athleticism. And then I'm seeing also the energy of someone working, like they're working a main job, but then they're really trying to get their side hustle, their creativity, their creative project going as well. And they're really wanting that creative project. Sorry, there's something on the card, I don't like it. They're really wanting, like I'm seeing someone really wanting this creative project to be their full-time gig, and they're not wanting to have to feel split. Like I'm seeing you've been splitting your energy somehow. You've been having to split your energy through multiple priorities, and something's going to come in that's going to simplify this for you, where you're not going to feel as split between so many priorities, and you're going to be able to focus on the things that you actually want to focus on, such as like a creative project. Or you might have been going through, another example, you might have been going through a lot of emotional turmoil, almost chaos. There might have been sort of upheaval in your relationships of some kind, or just something you've been going through in your life that's been really distracting you, really taking up a lot of your time and your energy, where you've been having to tend to it every day. And I don't know, there's been something maybe that's really, you've really had to kind of just, it's been challenging. So I feel like spirit's coming in to like help resolve that situation, so that you're not going to have so many distractions, and maybe like that's going to help you to be able to work on your creative project, or get your creative flow moving. Because yeah, you're building some kind of wealth right now, group 3. I do feel abundance and like actual physical finance is really important in your reading. If that's something that you already really have, like if you're already kind of there, then it will be something slightly different. And I feel like maybe health, okay? Maybe you're going to have all of a sudden this new, I feel like a lot of energy coming in for you guys. Like I wasn't feeling particularly energetic before your reading, but then tuning in with you guys, I feel really energized. So there's something here about your energy coming back to you, and you've been taking so much, like you've been taking inspired action, but with the Capricorn energy here, I feel like you've also been taking action even if you didn't feel super inspired. Like I just feel like you've been really showing up. You've been showing up, you've been doing what you've been needing to do, and you're going to get rewarded for this from the universe, like massively. This is so lucky, like a lucky break, some kind of, yeah, really about resources finally coming in for you that you've been really needing. Maybe the resource is time, right? Free time, so that you can actually work on your projects, or having the clarity, the space in your mind to be able to work on your projects without having so much chaos or change happening in your outer world. Like something really grounding with this tree energy here. Something's going to really come in to ground you. For some of you, it's a home. For some of you, it's money. And for others of you, it's like, you know, just having some kind of new level of health, whether it's mental health or emotional, spiritual, physical health, where you just feel way more grounded, way more energized, way more able to focus on your projects, on your life, on the things that you want to be doing, on the thing that makes, you know, the passion project of your life. What is it that you really want to be working on? Because for a lot of you, I feel like there's a specific project that you've been working on, or that you have in mind, as this card might have come out, like you're thinking of something, you know, like I'm seeing a musician working on an album and it's really important to them. You know, it's their most important album of their career, and it's like maybe they've had all these distractions coming through, and they're finally, you know, using all of this sort of life force to direct it towards the thing they want to, instead of feeling like their life force is being splat. Split. I wanted to say split, but I said splat, like splattered. Like I'm kind of getting, yeah, like a bit of chaos energy, like paint splattering on a canvas. But then it's like really interesting, because within this chaos, you're actually being like, something beautiful is being born, like some kind of balance is being born out of this chaos, out of this turmoil, out of this maybe uncertainty or time period where, like I said, you might have been really split in many directions, or having a lot of things on your plate, or really trying to, like, you know, like I said, work 2 jobs, or trying to make your passion project work. There's been something here, and you're being acknowledged for it massively. You're being acknowledged for the work that you're doing and that you have been doing. So group 3, I feel like you're going to be blessed. I feel like that's what Spirit wants you to know. You will be blessed. You're going to have some kind of a breakthrough. It's going to be quite a very massive breakthrough. Like the Tower moment happens really fast, you know, and I was getting 16, which is a Tower card. From this card, this luck, industrious, sweet victory is going to come in all at once. And you're going to have a lucky break, and you're going to have maybe the money that you've been needing, or like, because you might have been really working towards money, or like wanting to get money through some kind of inspired action rather than, you know, hating your day job or whatever. Like I'm seeing a lot of things coming into alignment with you with that with that Libra card. Aspects of your life, like all of a sudden things snap into alignment. Like I said, you're emerging out of some kind of chaos, and then everything's all of a sudden in alignment, and you're like more successful than you could have ever dreamed of. And you're like, wait, how did I just pull that off? I feel like there's a sense you're going to be laughing at yourself. You're going to be laughing at your situation. You're going to be like, wait, how did I just pull that off? Because everything was kind of crazy and chaotic, and it's like you just step out of it. You step out of a storm, and there's just rainbow there. Like there's something like this. I'm seeing all of this movement, all this chaos, and then you just emerge from it like pristine and having like, I don't know, just it done you well. Like it's done you really well. So you're emerging from it and you're walking into alignment. Like your life is going to be far more in alignment than it has been previously, and than it has been in this little period that you've been really working diligently through. Like I really feel like maybe you've been really trying to work your way through something, like to change something in your life. Like you're like working hard because you want change. You really want this change. Like that's why it's going to feel so lucky. You're going to feel so blessed when it comes in, because you're like, oh, I've been waiting for this for so long, or I've been working towards this, or I've been visualizing this or manifesting this. So yeah, I do feel like, yeah, for some of you it could actually be a home. I do feel that for some of you, or for some of you it could be about stability with the wealth card here and the tree energy. Like, because wealth is very stable, right? If you have wealth, that really implies stability. So I feel like for some of you, it's about stability. You've been working towards something that is stable for you and for your loved ones. And this could, yeah, very well be a home, or some kind of level of financial freedom that you're going to be embodying. I do feel a sense where you're not going to see this breakthrough come in for some reason. Like it's going to happen all at once, and you might not have seen where it was coming from. Like I said, it's like you emerge from chaos, like where you're almost blinded by so many things happening at once, and then you walk into serenity and peace and the alignment of all things, like from chaos to order in one like action, in one motion. Somehow you're manifesting this. So Spirit's saying like it's okay that things might feel intense right now, because you're in some kind of chaos of change. Like it's almost like a chaos chamber where so many things are being washed around you and kind of thrown up in the air, but it's all going to fall back down into its own place, into its own kind of specific place in, like I said, divine order. Like I'm kind of seeing everything thrown up in the air, and then when it falls down and it settles, it changes its direction, or it changes the way that it's set up, so that your life feels very different when you emerge from this sort of period that you've been in. And there might have been also a lot of action. You might have been having to take a lot of action with the Virgo and the Capricorn energies. That can be very hardworking, very diligent. And so I feel like you might have been in this era where you have had to be quite diligent. You have had to work quite hard, like I said, towards some kind of a dream, or towards some kind of a vision, towards some kind of a business, a creative project, or with some kind of emotional healing work that you've had to stay with and sort of stay on top of. So I'm seeing that you're not going to have to work quite as hard moving forwards. Like with this breakthrough, with this luck, industriousness, sweet victory, it's like your work is going to have paid off for you, and you're not going to feel quite as like really stretched thin. I'm seeing that energy from you. Like you're juggling a lot of things right now. And like I said, it might sometimes feel like there's a lot of chaos around you, or manifesting, and it's because there's a lot of change and there's a lot of realignment happening in your life. But yes, when things kind of fall back into place, and like I said, there's a breakthrough, a Tower moment, you're having a breakthrough where the reality check is going to be a very positive one. It's like a miracle or a blessing. You're going to feel very lucky, very blessed, very grateful, very honored that I don't know, you feel very honored, and I feel like you're also going to feel really seen. You're going to feel really seen for like the work that you've been putting in, and that's going to feel really good. So yeah, when this happens, the reality check is going to be like, wow, miracles are real. This blessing has happened, or I finally had this breakthrough. And yeah, it is going to signify a new kind of era, a fresh kind of new start, where you aren't going to have to work quite as hard. Like really not quite as hard at all. And I'm feeling this is happening soon, because this is something Spirit wants you to know. So I'm seeing like within the next few weeks or so, maybe month for some of you. But I do feel like this breakthrough is close. So Spirit's saying, you know, keep going, you're almost there. I do feel like the energies might have felt quite harsh as well during this time, because I just feel like there's been, like for some reason you haven't been expecting this breakthrough. Like you've kind of been expecting things to kind of just continue to be challenging and continue to be the same way. You know, and Spirit's really honoring you for your ability to kind of I don't know, you just work hard no matter what the conditions, and Spirit's really honoring you and honoring the fact that you've also held your vision. I'm seeing this, you've been holding your vision for what it is you're wanting to manifest, and things are really going to start to move forward. So I'm seeing a distinct shift in your life, actually, from, like I said, an era where there might have been chaos or a lot of upheaval, a lot of change happening in your life, a lot of maybe feeling quite overwhelmed, or like, I can't focus, I'm kind of being split in so many different directions, so many things are asking things of me, and you're moving into a time where it's a lot more peaceful, a lot more tranquil. You're going to feel like things are really operating from divine order. A lot of things in your life now feel they are in alignment, when previously they may not have felt like they were in alignment. You might have felt like you were working towards alignment, and now it's like your energy is paying off. The energy that you've been putting out there, the choices you've been making, the way you've been using your free will, the way you've been staying focused, yeah, you're getting some kind of blessing, and Spirit is very happy to bless you. Spirit wants to bless you because you really deserve this group 3, and I just feel like, yeah, Spirit's coming through with so much love for you and for your energy. Yeah, it's almost like I'm getting the image of something's been growing behind the scenes, and then it's gonna be revealed to you, and you're gonna be like, wow, this is already so developed, or something like this. It's gonna be revealed to you. It's already been growing behind the scenes, and it's maybe, yeah, because you've been working on stuff, and it's been changing things in the hidden realms, in like the non-physical realms, and then it's going to emerge into the material. It's going to materialize for you in a very material way, like I said, like in the form of a home or money, something very tangible, or like a relationship, something very tangible and real. But for some reason, for you guys, it feels very much, well, whatever brings you stability. And that's why I feel like home obviously brings stability, maybe a car. Something very practical, I feel, with this Virgo Capricorn mix. It's something very practical but feels very abundant, right? Like money, finally getting the like ability to work full time on your passion project. Wouldn't that be amazing? That's what I just heard. I feel like for some of you that would be such a blessing. So yeah, it's something really that you will feel very blessed about. Like, you're not gonna be thinking like, is this the blessing or not? Like, you're gonna know it's the blessing because you're gonna feel it. And you're gonna feel so happy and grateful. And like I said, from this moment on, like after this breakthrough, this kind of, yeah, it's gonna be a very distinct kind of era shift, like energy change. And in this new era, there's a lot more energy available to you. You're going to feel a lot less like you're burnt out and like you're working, kind of almost like on autopilot, or just because you have to survive kind of thing. And it's going to be a lot different, where you might have the ability to slow down, or like I said, focus on the things that you actually want to be focusing on. Yeah, and it's going to be a lot more restful and kind of enjoyable, recharging, peaceful, serene. Yeah, really nice energies. All right, group 3, that's your reading of what Spirit wanted you to know. I do hope you enjoyed it. And if you would like to check out more of my work, then please see the links in the description box below. Take good care.